Okay, time to look at Rune. I'm sure a lot of people are interested in Rune. So let's have a look at my chart on the weekly. Looks bullish. And you can see the volume. Look at the volume spike. That was a good clue, wasn't it? Big volume spike and then follow up for volume. So even though it dropped off, the volume's picked up a fair bit. Now we're at this level. It's a clean chart. What we have, just from looking at the levels, we have consistency in terms of resistance. Therefore, we just broke above that resistance or that trend line. So macro wise, it's bloody looking good. And you will notice on many, when you look at triangles, you'll notice that there's always a dip on many charts. That's pretty much looking for liquidity. And in here, we had the selling climax, but we still had a dip. And that is a reversal pattern. Always look for the liquidity, previous low, selling climax, AR, and this is our spring, and up it goes. Now, when we use these Fibonacci levels, we're going to try those. What we want to point out is here we have our point of control. I want to use another tool later on to confirm that, but that's what it looks like. So that point of control is about $7. It's there in red, $7.20 something, and it's looking good. Now, I assume that this is going to be 1 and 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Short term wise, I'm probably wrong, because that's the continuation. So I would say 3 and 4 is going to be higher, at my guess, before we get a correction. Let's see how that works out. So let's look at the Fibonacci. So that reference, let's see where that reference comes from. Our 1 is on from here. Okay. So our 1's there, and it used a 0.618 as support and went up. So that is valid. And the second Fibonacci is from the top. Right there. Oh no. From the body of the candle. That aligns with our 0.83. Just, it's a theory at the moment, custom. And if we push this up slightly more, you can see it's aligned with this previous top 618. So we should find resistance. That could be a 3 and 4 maybe, and then up, looking for the 5. This is short term. We might get I do believe we'll get something here, and then we'll get a correction, potential correction A, B, C, and then let's see if this plays a role. Let's see how these are assumptions at the moment. I will get into short-term trading strategy. I just want to look at the macro. If this is our golden ratio, we'll do reverse engineering. There we go. We might hit here. If time, this is an assumption, obviously. So $37 could be our target. That's if it pulls back. Then we'll see where the bounce takes place. But that looks good, and then we can make an assumption. Okay, that could be aligned. Let's see how that works out. So this is all theory at this point, but definitely wave 2 to 3 is going more, and I'll be looking for this level, $14 or so. Currently the 7. Geez, it's still doubling. Let's look at on a small time frame. I dare say that this is going to keep doing that, eventually drop. That is our changing trend, 50% on the 3-day. So once we see that, you go bearish. But that's a long way to go. Could happen before. We haven't gone to the real details of daily levels, weekly levels, but we can see what this is looking. So I like to see a pullback into this level. I like to see it pull back. It might hit here, pull back, and that would be nice. That could be our 3 and 4. And then we'll look at this as a target. So if I see this pull back, this will be a nice entry level. So daily, it was a bull flag, basically. Not the best of bull flags. And it's broken up. yeah, I can still see this pulling back a bit. Bitcoin's approaching. I can see this. That would be a nice entry there. Definitely. Or even further deep. Let's put our Fibonacci. If that was our level, that would be a nice area. 618, previous resistance. Yep, daily level as well. Let's look at it closely. So we're looking for a pullback for entry. That's our daily level there. It lines up with our Fibonacci of 0.38, this 0.83, or the larger one up on top. So I do see this as a major resistance. And it doesn't have liquidity on the side. We have liquidity there. So these are the levels that are of interest for the time being. Anything above this is liquidity. So we can put that there. One of these levels is going to be chances of maybe it will come down to there and then back up. That's what I'm looking at this point. Let's see our MACD. MACD starting to look bearish. Could still come up, but yeah, starting to look bearish. It still lines up. So those things are looking good. Coming to, I'd like to see this crossover. This is still going up, so not anytime soon. Looking at this on the 4 hour, if it crosses over, then that will be our trend line to short if it drops, first sign. So if this was to keep going and then break that, that will be our shorting position. Right now, we've got the 10 and 20 moving average as support, very much like this in the past, 10 and 20. Once we drop that 10 and 20, you see it drop. So those are the trades you can take in the short term. Nice. So this is a base. This is a continuation pattern. This is a Wyckoff continuation pattern, guys. And from that measured move, minimum, yep, then we still got more to go. So this could either do two things. One, we have that resistance and it does a squeeze like that and then pops up. So, or it just pops up and then continues on. Unlikely that way, more likely this way. So things are lining up. There is no trade for us now. That was in the cradle. That would have been a nice candle resistance. Let's see how that took place. On the 0.382, found support on the 10 and 20 moving. Yep, 4 hours. 4 hour trend is doing the job. So I'll be looking for some type of resistance, bit of a pullback. There is that danger, and so you've got to have a contingency. As this goes there, depends what Bitcoin does. This could drop and then further down, and this could be a short-term 3 and 4 and a 5. I still see 5 player, but this could also go pair wire and drop. Bitcoin drops. This is likely to happen, so be careful. In terms of Rune against Bitcoin, it's approached a strong resistance level, and as you can see from the charts, it's going to find resistance. If it passes that, then we look for going higher. But at the moment, it's better to be in Bitcoin, sorry, and then take it from there. And I'll leave it at that. Cheers.
There you have it. Please give Sam a like, share, and subscribe to his channel to support him for doing more of these posts.